So are Dominicans black? Are Dominicans black people? So this is a huge, huge debate that goes on. A little bit of weight in my stomach. Let me move this closer. It's a debate that goes on, and I mean it's gone on since forever, since as long as I can remember. I'm in my 20s, and it's always been a discussion. And the answer is so simple, and people like complicate it. And I really think, like, I have faith in the human race. Maybe I have a little too much faith. The answer is so simple, and I just don't get how people don't understand this. So Dominican Republic is located in the Caribbean islands. The Caribbean islands, you know, DR, all the islands, that's the most racially diverse region in the world. So people that live in those islands, that are from those islands, have so much stuff running through their blood. A lot of them do. Now, obviously not everyone. Nothing I say, just as a disclaimer, nothing I say applies to everyone. The Caribbean islands is the most racially diverse region of the world. And I just laugh because it's just like people don't really... Anyways, so Dominicans, this is the answer. Dominicans can be black. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to post a few pictures of my different family members I have, and not only family members, probably just people that are Dominican that I know or that I know of above here. So this is the most simple way to put it. And I went into this in my ancestry DNA test results video, but I wanted to just get a little bit more into it here. Dominicans typically have European, African, and Native American ancestry. All three. The original people of DR were Taino Indians. I don't know if I should say Native Americans. They were Tainos. I don't know the exact term, so don't fucking jump down my throat, because I know there's a lot of people listening to this video waiting for me to say something wrong so they can be like... So, the original people of DR, Tainos. Then came the Europeans, who, you know, the first captive Africans were actually brought to DR. And there you go. That's the mixing. There was a lot of slavery. There was rape. I live in New York City, so if you can hear that, ignore that. There was rape. There was slavery, you know, and there was obviously killing the Indians that were there while raping them. So we have some of that blood. I have 9 or 10% Taino blood in me. So, are Dominicans black? I don't know what I don't think there's an official like cutoff line or like what defines blackness. I think people typically say, like, if you're 70 to 80% African, you're black. If you're, you know, 60% African, to some people you're just black. You shouldn't even consider yourself mixed race. So Dominicans, there's some Dominicans that have 70, 80, 90% African ancestry. Their features, everything about them just looks like a black person. You wouldn't even look at that person and say, oh, he's Dominican or he's mixed. Even though people fail to realize Dominicans can be black. So any black person you see on the street, they might be Dominican. That is your answer. Dominicans can be black. I have cousins. I have one cousin in particular, Jasmine, one of the closest people to me. She benefits from white privilege, and both her parents are Dominican. Her mom, which is my aunt, is related to my dad. They're brother and sister, same mom and dad. And then her dad is also Dominican. He's not blood related to me, obviously, and he's just very, very, very light skinned, very fair skinned. We went to Europe together. We went to Cyprus. She looks like Italian, Greek. She just looks white. If you can benefit from white privilege, regardless of if you're Dominican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, whatever, if you can benefit from white privilege, if a cop can pull you over and treat you nicer than he would treat me, you are... I don't want to just say she's white, but maybe she's white. I don't know. I guess I'm not going to get into all that. But she's not... I wouldn't call her black. I don't think I can call someone who benefits from white privilege, who just looks straight up European, regardless of the mix that they do have. Obviously, if she takes the DNA test, we're related. She's gonna have African ancestry. I had 25%. You know, she's gonna have a little bit of African, more than likely. Obviously, most Dominicans do. But if you're benefiting from white privilege, if you look white, you're not black. And that's the way to put it. Not all Dominicans are the same. I saw a Dominican on YouTube read her ancestry DNA test results, and she had like 90% European, 5% African, and the rest was like, you know, Taino Indian or whatever. Bruh, you can't box us. You may want to, you can't box us though. You cannot tell me that someone with 90% European ancestry can be treated the same way that I will, and I have been treated by police officers. I've experienced, you know, police brutality, all that stuff. She's not going to be treated that way. She's not, more than likely, you know. She has certain privileges. She can walk into a job. They're not going to follow her around the store thinking she's going to steal something. Like, I experience every single time I decide to go shopping. Even in the stores that, like, I mean, I like to shop at, you know, I go to Models or Adidas. I like to wear basic clothing. If I go into those stores, I'm followed, and I look like the people who wear those clothes, who typically wear clothing like that, and I'm followed. They think I'm gonna steal something. Little do they know that I make more money than they do. But if you can benefit from white privilege, and you look to 99% of people who look at you say that they think that you're just white, that you're European, you're not black. Sorry, bro. Sorry, sis. Sorry. So, are Dominicans black? The answer is there is not one specific answer. Dominicans can be black. Dominicans can be mixed. Our blood is typically mixed. So that's your answer. There's no way there's no way to say that all Dominicans are one thing. We look so different. I'm going to post some photos up here of my mom's side of the family. My uncle literally just looks Indian. He can just pass as an Indian man. Again, before white and black people came to DR, there were Tainos there. So my mom's side typically has more native features. I'll put a picture of my mom up here too. My dad's side looks more like the stereotypical Dominican side that everybody wants to say a Dominican looks like, even though when you go to DR, you see that we all shades, all looks, all different types of things. We all look different. We're not all the same. Not every Dominican looks the same. I get mistaken for Arab, or people think that I'm, you know, I live in Washington Heights right now, even though I'm in the process of moving, which is why I'm not using my professional camera. I'm using my phone for this. My bodega guy said that he thought that I was like Dominican mixed with like Yemen, like some type of Arabic, which I think would be a fucking dope mix. And I embrace that shit. Like, I love it. And I get that because my mom's side has more of the native looking features. I would love for my uncle, I don't really know him too well or talk to him, but I would love for him to take a DNA test just to see. I'm sure he has like 20 or 30, you know, like probably like a really high amount, which is not that common. Both sides of my family come from different parts of DR. So, yeah, I'm just there. If you look at my Ancestry DNA test results video, you see that it broke me down to, on Ancestry, 62% European, I think, 25% African, 9% Native American, which is Taino, and then I had a little bit of Asian and Middle Eastern and a few other little things sprinkled in there. And then similar results for 23andMe, but that video is up on my channel. So yeah, I hope I answered most of your questions. I feel like this is just common sense. Like, look at Dominicans. We all don't look exactly the same. Just like all black people don't look the same. All white people don't look the same. All Asian people don't look exactly the same. But yeah, so Dominicans can be black. Dominicans, some can benefit from white privilege. So that's the answer to whoever wants the answer. Is probably why you're looking at this video. If you haven't already and you're new, please comment, like, subscribe. I'm trying to post more. I've posted some advice videos just because I definitely feel like I have some advice to give. I'm open to suggestions, and I will be back soon. Thanks for tuning in.